When Fortnite Season 4 launched, within a couple weeks, there were rumors everywhere that this was the conclusion of the entire chapter, but almost instantly they were shut down. Epic Games is known to have secret insiders that leak updates and seasons early, and one of the most trusted sources confirmed the release of Season 5. Weeks passed without a single teaser supporting Chapter 4, and so just when the hype train slowed down, Epic revealed their greatest prank of all time. Not only was the new chapter releasing, but it seems like the insiders were purposely told the wrong info, which helped avoid spoilers and probably exposed the person behind the leaks. But perhaps one of the biggest trolls of all time is when Fortnite teased an entire collab just to delete all traces of it. In Season 2, the Rock family emerged out of the sand and set up their home near the beach. It didn't take long for people to spot the connection between the sandcastle and Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings. It was perfectly timed with the new Rings of Power show releasing, and everyone seemed certain a collab would arrive, but it never did. We've also been waiting for planes to make a return, and that's when Epic Games did us dirty. They were updated at the start of the season, and there were even runways around the map getting us hyped for the release. They were planned to drop in a hotfix with all the quests being leaked, but then were deleted seconds before the update, and no one knows why. To make it worse, Choppas were also supposed to come back with their own helipads, but with the last update of the season released and no sign of them, safe to say we got trolled. It's nowhere near as bad as Fortnitemare's newest POI, Grim Gables. People instantly began drawing similarities to the Creel house from Stranger Things, and while it wasn't a one-to-one replica, Epic did this exact thing with the Kame house. I mean, come on, it even had the grandfather clock with an upside-down face and a whole flip room upstairs. Finally, when Stranger Things Day came on November 6th, everyone was hoping for a Vecna skin, but nothing released. The worst part is, it wasn't the only time the community was fooled during Fortnitemares. The teaser tweet for the event mentioned screams, bad dreams, and monstrous things. And with how insane the last few collabs were, it wasn't crazy to think this was foreshadowing Ghostface and Freddy Krueger, but instead we got Ash from Evil Dead. Still wasn't as cruel as the time Fortnite teased a collab with the biggest rapper in the world. In Season 3, Cars started playing only Eminem on the Icon radio, and it seemed like the start of a potential crossover. Fortnite themselves even tweeted about it, but was incredibly vague, which only fueled the speculation. The community expected a new skin, or maybe even a whole concert, but it went absolutely nowhere. It's unlike our next troll, because on a seemingly regular item shop reset, the newsfeed suddenly showed this. It told players to get an insanely OP skin that gives shields, XP, and even rocket launchers. So we all rushed to check it out, but instead we were trolled with Fortnite's Never Gonna emote, which rickrolled everyone. Still not as bad as when Epic made the biggest collab of all time a joke. When Darth Vader was revealed in the Collision event, the community went into a frenzy guessing how bad his pickaxe would be. With lightsabers being mythic weapons, Fortnite has practically banned them from being a pickaxe, but I don't think anyone was expecting Vader's Imperial Spoon.
That's his pickaxe. Yikes. What is this? It looks like a metal detector.
At least we actually got that collab, because Epic has been trolling us for years with one particular character, and of course I'm talking about Peter Griffin. The crossover was first leaked in Chapter 2 when this image was found in the files with all of the blood removed from the scene. More rumors appeared as time went on, but it wasn't until Chapter 3 that Epic confirmed it themselves. In an Unreal Engine stream, files showed unreleased trailers for Vader, Indiana Jones, and you guessed it, Family Guy. It's now been 3 seasons, and with the entire chapter about to end, we've seen nothing, making the Family Guy collab one of Epic's greatest trolls. And I don't know which developer thought this is funny, but someone made Fortnite's new free rewards give you nothing. Yeah, it turns out if you complete the Football Frenzy quest, the spray you get in return is encrypted and won't be revealed for a while. So if you complete them all, you'll be greeted with this screen saying you get 0 items. One thing we can never let Epic get away with though is what they did to Klombo. He was teased from day one in trailers, promo art, and was even found hibernating on the island. Despite all of this, Epic made us wait nearly 7 weeks until we finally saw him in game, and instantly he was popular. Well, the biggest troll was that he was vaulted just a few weeks later, and despite numerous teases, he never returned, at least in this chapter. That's not the only thing you'll have to wait for, because Creative 2.0 was also ripped away from us. We have waited years for the biggest update to Creative, and it was finally gonna be here with the launch of Chapter 4. And then, out of nowhere, a tweet from Tim Sweeney himself told us that had to be delayed 2 more months, which I know isn't intentional, but somehow stings the worst. Speaking of a comeback, Epic has been baiting the entire community for years with the return of Midas. At first, Donald Mustard revealed that he wasn't dead, followed by a brand new restaurant in Chapter 3 that had a golden M, and even even a book about his doomsday device. What really trolled the community was when ghost flags appeared in Chapter 3. Everyone was hyped that their favorite character was returning, until it turned out to be an art mistake. We then had members of his past crew appear as NPCs, and if you talked to him as Midas, you would get special dialogue for it. It all felt like endless trolls until today. A new spray shows Midas being taken over by Chrome, and there are even quests that tease his role in the event, but I'm holding my breath. Another character that's been teased throughout Chapter 3 might also play a big role in it. The Devoured landmark was added in Season 1, and for a while, Epic made it seem like the IO would bring the monster back to life. It made perfect sense, with the mech being rebuilt and then a Cat Escape POI leaked. But as the seasons passed, the skull stayed the same, and while we all hoped the Chrome would revive the monster, Fortnite pranked us by going around it. In 2018, Fortnite added their April Fool's update where boogie bombs would make you jump super high and impulses launched you ridiculously far. But in 2021, things were taken to the next level. This time, the item shop reset early, and when we all hopped on to see what Epic did, they revealed the Stonk skin, the most random but hilarious collab. But there's one item shop reveal that didn't have anyone laughing. May 4th is International Star Wars Day, and everyone was looking forward to the return of the collab like the previous year. The shop even refreshed early, so when we rushed to check it out, all we found was Wake Rider. Yeah, instead of one of the biggest crossovers ever, they released a skin that had been in the files for years, pranking everyone. We also waited years to see this OG location return, but instead got a slap to the face. At the beginning of Season 4, A Rift in the Sky brought back the famous Loot Lake house, and while it seemed like we get more OG locations, as the season went on, we got nothing. Another change that left the community frustrated was when Epic straight up changed the storyline. For years, everyone had theorized that Paradigm and Singularity were the same person. I mean, even Donald himself teased it. But when Epic got the opportunity to make Brie Larson the face of Paradigm, they retconned the connection, making them different people. Epic also had the opportunity to make an insane location this chapter, but totally dropped the ball. When the Daily Bugle was revealed as the collab POI for Season 1, everyone expected the area to change constantly. While sadly nothing changed in Season 2, Darth Vader made his arrival and everyone wanted them to add Fortress Vader. People were getting tired of the Daily Bugle, and the volcano was the perfect location for it, but instead we got this. The one thing the Daily Bugle was good for was revealing an upcoming collab. There were a lot of teasers inside with characters like Green Goblin, X-Men, and even Loki, which all came to the game. The most important hint was a newspaper for Miles Morales. There were even sprays on the wall in his style, and Epic added his unique poses when swinging, but after 4 seasons, it looks like this was one big troll. And Epic didn't stop there because they baited us with another Marvel collab. Doctor Strange headlined the Battle Pass in Season 2, and while the Scarlet Witch joined him, there was one more skin being teased. If you talked to the Metal Team leader as Strange, you would get special dialogue about a pink synthezoid, of course, a reference to Vision. With Wanda arriving, it seemed like the perfect time, but this tease led absolutely nowhere. But if you're not one to care about skins, it's still not as bad as when Epic accidentally banned thousands of innocent players. When Late Game Arena was brought back, it had a ton of issues. A lot of players were stuck on Spawn Island and everything was just really glitchy. That's when players suddenly found themselves getting banned for it. Thousands were kicked because of Epic's mistake, making this the most chaotic day in all of Fortnite, but thankfully, they were all unbanned shortly after. The same can't be said about No Sweat Summer, which was the most hyped update that quickly came crashing down. The update had leaks about skateboards and a concert, only to find out it was one gigantic troll. There's a floating skate park and stage added, but that was it. It was nothing more than a bait, leaving everyone disappointed. There was another secret hiding in the ocean that tricked players for months. The mythic goldfish was a 1 in a million catch until they removed it without telling anyone. There were so many determined players still trying to catch it for months, only to find out it didn't even exist in the new chapter anymore. And that's when Epic also deleted a collab with Nintendo. When Party Royale released, the trailer had a few frames that showed Kirby dancing, giving everyone hope of the first Nintendo crossover. It didn't exactly take long before Fortnite erased them from the video, pretending it never even happened. Let me know how many times you guys have been pranked by Epic. Hope you all enjoyed it. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.